Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining End of Life Conversations and Reflections. Today, my guest is Suki Lee. Suki is from Hong Kong. She lived in Canada in the 1990s for about 6 years and then immigrated back to Hong Kong for work, where she worked as an event design manager in a Japanese cosmetic company. However, in 2012, she quit her job and went backpacking for 2 years and then moved back to Canada in 2015. About 2 years after settling back in Canada, Suki in June 2017 was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. And then a few months later, she found out that the cancer had metastasized to her lungs. And then about a year later, she found out it had spread to her bones. And that was not the end of her experience. In April 2019, Suki found out that the cancer had spread to her brain. Suki has engaged in different spiritual teachings and healing practices to help support her in her healing journey. And just before the pandemic, she was in Mexico for a few months, nurturing her body and her soul and her spirit. So welcome, Suki. Thank you for taking the time to share your journey with us.
Thank you for having me here.
My pleasure. Yeah, so can you tell us a little bit about, I'm just curious, what made you quit your job in 2012?
It was quite a long, I worked there 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, I'm thinking if I'm not quitting now, I will be here for maybe all my life working there. So, and also, it should be a quite creative work, but for me, after 12 years, that is actually not too fun anymore. Like more about the pressure I come to me is like not about working. Working in the design field is nice, but I'm feeling trapped already by that time.
Okay.
Yes, it's not really a lot of creativity I can put it into the work. So I'm thinking, okay, it's time to move on. Actually, 12 years for me is quite a long, quite long for
Not a
me.
lot of people have the courage. Like a lot of people get stuck in a job for 40, 50 years, but they never have the courage to say, this is not fulfilling me. But you figured out this is not your life's purpose, and you decided to backpack for 2 years. Where did you backpack to?
I start with actually I start with Peru.
Wow.
I start from Peru.
I love Peru.
I actually the first is like 5 months in South America, but just a few countries. But start from Peru, Ecuador, and Argentina, I think. And then after that, I go back to Hong Kong, and then I try to stay, but actually it's so hard because my lifestyle is totally changed after the backpacking. So I go for the second time, go back to South America and also Central America, Mexico. For that time is 10 months.
Wow.
Yeah. And after that, I also go back to Hong Kong and sell some of my like stuff, and then I want to travel again, keep traveling. So I also go to New Zealand, to Eastern Europe. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. You did what most people dream of doing when they retire. That's pretty amazing.
But for me, it's different because I just do the very, very not the luxury traveling.
Yeah.
I'm going go to one country, I stay quite a while, explore different places. Yeah. So I'm quite active and adventure. I seek for adventures. Yes.
Yeah, I learned that about you. I've just known you the last little while, and just seeing where you've been and what you've been doing, it's amazing and inspiring. So tell me what happened in June 2017. 2017. Like, how did you find out you had breast cancer?
Yeah,
You have a lump?
actually, by that time I was in Colombia. Normally, because after the first traveling in Colombia should be, yeah, should be the same year. I think 2014 is my first time in Colombia. So after that, I meet. Actually, I'm not a spiritual person at all before I go backpacking. But I think most of the South American country open me up. Especially, I'm having a lot of time in the nature. And then by that time, I went to Colombia and do the plant medicine ceremony, and it really open up my
Third eye?
spiritual life. Yes,
What
and then
medicine was it? What medicine was it?
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. Oh my goodness.
Yes, yes. So yeah, by that time is first open me up, very connecting with the nature. Yes, and that is just the start, and then I keep go backpacking, but start reading some book related to spirituality until I go back to Hong Kong. I start go for some classes. Okay, going back to my cancer journey. So actually, when 2017 in around April and May, and
Yeah.
I go back to Colombia, and then because I already have a numb on my right breast, but by that time I'm feeling, oh, I'm so happy and eat healthy. I don't put the chemical medicine in. Even I feel sick, I just rest, and then it will be well very, very soon. Actually, before I got the diagnosis, I have like almost 5 6 years haven't been really sick. One time I've been sick in Peru, but after that is all good. It's all
Mhm.
good. Yes. So I don't think that is a bad thing. That should be fine.
Yeah.
But actually I was kind of like ignored by that time.
Oh,
So when I go to Colombia and my shaman check it for me because he's the medicine man,
yeah.
and he said is no, Suki, you have to go back to check it. He said
Oh, wow.
yes. So he pushed me. Actually, he pushed me to face the reality. Yes.
Right. So you were in Colombia, your shaman said, go get the lump checked out, and it was in your right breast, and you came back to
Yes.
Canada. Okay.
Yeah, and by that time come back to Canada, and then I go back to Hong Kong to do the scan because it's quicker. I
Okay.
I just do it in Hong Kong and then find it out it's the stage 3. I cannot do surgery because the numb is quite big compared to my size,
Yeah.
my body size, and then they suggest to me to do the chemo, but I really don't want to put chemo in my body.
So you
Yes,
didn't get chemo.
no, I didn't. But by that time, by the time I got diagnosis, is there is many friends. I didn't tell a lot of friends, but many of my good friends and especially my family. So they all care about me, but that is too many voice.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So it's for me it's hard to make the decision. But I know I don't want the chemo.
Hmm.
So I come back to Canada for 2 weeks, settle down myself, and then I try to look around like what kind of therapy I can do. I have choice.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think I have choices, and then like it's very funny. And then 2 weeks later, I go back to Hong Kong and then go to China. That is a monastery. I went to a monastery. Yeah,
Wow.
for 2.5 months.
And what was
Yes,
your goal? What was the reason for you to go?
the monastery has a master doctor there.
In China, okay.
Yes, yes, in southern China. It's quite close to Hong Kong, like 3 hours by train. It's not
Okay.
too far. Yes, and he is really, actually, he's really good, really good. And I actually don't start from the beginning. Even I already, because my shaman tell me that, okay, it's not just a normal thing. It's cancer. You better just go check. But I don't have fear. By that time, I don't have fear. Yes.
So even
Yeah.
for a moment, you are not scared.
I don't scare. I don't scare at all.
Wow, that's
So I
amazing.
go, but that is just my friend's mom. She is the monk, the master monk doctor is his master. So she asked me to join them. So that is the
Like a monastery.
yeah, so I just joined them for to stay there, but they just go for 10 days, 2 weeks. I stay for like almost two and a half months, I think.
What did you do there?
Acupuncture, mostly everyday acupuncture,
Oh,
and yeah, of course some Chinese medicine as well. Yes.
okay.
So by that time, I feel great because I start doing my diet is already changed because they will cook for us.
Mm-hmm.
So all is it's delicious. Like they're all vegan. Like yeah, they still eat eggs, vegetarian, mostly vegetarian. So I have yeah, very good diet by that time. But
Yeah.
after 2.5 months, I also think okay, I I'm feeling good, but I have to call. I don't know why. Just call. I need to go back to Canada, so I just come back. And then by that time, I start seeing the naturopath and doing acupuncture as well in here. So that my acupuncturist here, I'm still seeing her. She helping me a lot too. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And then what happened when you found out it had spread?
Actually, I don't know it's a spread until I feel like on 2017 around early November, because I normally in the winter I work in Cyprus. So yes, I work in the mountain. So I go back to work. So when I start working, the first 2 days I feel it's hard for me to breathe in the maybe higher, and then I need to walk more, and then yeah, it's not feeling so good. So after that, I few days later, I go to the hospital to check, and because I'm feeling really hard to breathe on that night, and then I get into the hospital, and they find out I have my right lung that is a lot of fluid inside. That's why I'm yeah. So I need to stay there and then to drain out the fluid. And then I stayed there for my first time stay in the hospital in for a few days.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So by that time they find out is going to the cancer cell is going to the lung. That's why.
Right.
Yes.
And then did you get any other conventional treatment for it
By
or?
that time I no, by that time many doctor and many nurses come to tell me you need to do the chemo, you need to do that. But I still don't want to. I still don't want to, and I don't really scare too. Yes, but actually by that time in during that period of time when I stay in the hospital, some of the childhood trauma pop up because I haven't really have too much memory from my young age. So by that time when I stay in hospital, that is a few yeah childhood
Oh, they just started.
issue pop up.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
And how do you think that was connected to your journey?
That is a big part. That is a really,
Yeah.
really big part because uh, I think from very young age, like almost as 4, I know that that I'm already suppressed my sadness. I just like uh, building a wall from
Yeah.
me and my parents and my sister, my younger sister, because I think by that time I'm the firstborn, and then once my sister born, I feel that they are my parents. Yeah, I'm no longer be taking care. Yes, so that is how it start.
And so when it creeped up on you while you were in the hospital, it all came up. How did it
Yeah,
come up as sadness, or did it come up as anger, or how did
that
it come up?
I think said by that time I don't really go into too much emotion. I think I still ignore. I still kind of like I don't want to face it. I don't want to face, but it just pop up. It's just you have to know. By that time, I know that's coming up. Then I start going to some therapy.
Okay.
Yes, so some energy healing sections. Yeah, and then after that, I go out and then that my lung is getting better after the flu drained.
Yeah.
Uh, but like stay for around a year, and then it go the flu is coming back. So I need to go the second time. Yes, but
And then,
by that time around the second time, my also I my breast also open. The wound is open. Yeah, naturally.
yeah.
So that is another kind of stress.
Yeah.
Maybe by that time is I have a lot of stress coming up different times. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So when my emotion is kind of stable, then I feel okay. I feel I'm just a normal person.
Yeah.
But once something coming up, especially by that time is some family issue pop up,
Yeah.
so I yeah, and then it will go to another place. I think that
Yeah.
is keeping like all the emotion holding down, and then it need to be released.
And
Yes.
also seeing your breast,
Mm-hmm.
seeing a tumor there, that is you can't suppress that, right? It's then
Yes,
you have to look at it.
because I look at it. Yes, because
Yeah.
I
There's no
try to.
suppression.
I was ignored. I can't really able to. Uh, I'm kind of like lie to myself and lie to the world about I'm strong. I'm strong enough
Yeah.
to. I don't need help because
Mm,
yes, since I'm normally yeah, quite strong in front
yeah.
of everyone. So I it's hard for me to show my vulnerability. It's
Yeah.
hard for me by that time. Just until very late, yeah, the body keep telling me, okay,
Yeah.
you have to face it. You have to face
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Literally by coming out and saying, "Here I am."
Yes. Yes. So
Yeah.
by that time from 2017 to 20 and from yeah that year 20 2017 to 2018, that year, that is not too bad. It is spread to my lung, but is still okay, but like a little bit
Yeah.
up and down until I go back to before I go back to Hong Kong on the winter 2018, because the cold air here is not good for me, not good for my lung, and not good for my throat. So I decided to go back to Hong Kong in the fall winter time.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, some I think the vibration in Hong Kong is not so, and the air is not so good there. So it helped me with the temperature, but and not at the other point, like the air is not so good for me.
Yeah.
And also that is other issue coming up. So by that time I'm getting worse again. Like the first 2 months is fine, but after I feel worse. And then after that I come back on the March and then go back to see my oncologist, and then find it out it go into my bones already by that time. Yeah,
How did
but
you
that
feel
is
like when you found out it went to your lungs and then to your bones? Was there a certain way you felt, or do you remember that moment?
get into my bone is quite surprise for me, but actually I had almost a month I cannot move at home in Vancouver. Is like my one of my really my best friend, she really take care of me, like bring me the food every day to my home, but I cannot really able to move myself. I just lie a few different places. So by that time, that month is quite hard for me. Yeah,
Was it
and
the pain?
then
Were you in pain, or
I'm in pain. My back is in pain.
yeah,
I
because it
think
was in your back? It was in your bones in the
yes,
back.
yes. I can't really sit up, able to sit up. So I think by that time already go into my bones.
Did
Yes.
you get any conventional treatment for that?
No, by that time I still not. And but it's so funny. After a month I'm suddenly going uh able to walk a little bit more. And then my friends come from Hong Kong, and three of my friends, two is from Hong Kong and one is from Toronto. They are all my secondary school's good friends. They all
Yeah,
come to my house to take care of me for almost, I think it's like a week or few days or a week. And then after that I feel like more energized.
right.
Yes, yes,
Amazing. Yeah,
yes. All the love and support is very
yeah,
important in my journey, because yeah, I got so much love. I got so much even many of my friends far away or in overseas different places, they are all really supporting me. Even I cannot really tell more the details, because when I really sick, I don't really talk about. I don't
yeah,
want to talk about, and I don't have energy to like
yeah.
go online or something like.
It's
Yeah,
amazing
but
that they just all came around. Yeah.
yeah,
And then,
and the community here in Vancouver,
yeah,
like Teresa and all of you, like helping me so much. Yeah, I just feel a lot of like the love really helping me, the
yeah.
love and prayers. Yes,
You
yes,
know,
but
and I've just known you mostly through Facebook and Teza and meeting you once or twice. And I have just seen you surrounded by so much love.
yeah,
I
yeah,
just, I feel like love just gravitates to you.
uh-huh.
And I'm so intrigued by you for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
And before we go into a little bit more of that, um, about a year later, it sounds like then you found out it spread to your brain.
The brain is because last April I already come back from Hong Kong, and then one day, like come back from Hong Kong for a month, just a month. And then my friend's daughter's birthday, and then I just go to their place to celebrate. But actually that day I'm not feeling so good. I was thinking not to go, but lucky I went there, because when in the middle of the party, when we are eating the dinner, and suddenly I got the seizure happen on my
Oh,
left leg.
oh dear. So you
Yes,
had
and
a
then
seizure at the party, and that's how you found out
yes,
what was wrong.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
and then the seizure happened. It's never happened before, and then I think I got panic attack, so I cannot breathe. But lucky I'm a diver. Before I know if I panic now, I gonna die right now. So the concept is come back to me. You have to be calm. Try your best to have to be calm. And then I just try talk and then ask my friend, because I always have a peppermint oil with me because of
Yeah.
the pain. I just roll on it. So I asked them to, oh, please go get my oil, and then put it on my face, put it on my leg, and then after a few minutes, I'm start going. The breath is getting better, and then yeah, I go to the hospital, yeah, emergency, and that I stayed in Burnaby Hospital for 3 weeks. So the first 2 weeks, I don't know what happened. Like the I go here and there to do the scans, but I'm not really able to really talk to people because I'm really kind of like in here and out of body. I'm not really out of body, but I'm only in myself. I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't really
Or no.
talk
Yeah.
much. Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah.
that when you were on the palliative care ward?
That is not yet, because when I go in, I'm already can breathe, so they didn't put me in the palliative care until few months later. Like,
Okay.
yeah, that is stay for 3 weeks. They didn't change, move me to
Radiation to your brain, though, right? I believe
after that.
the
Yes.
radiation,
So
and
after
then
2 weeks, they check it. Okay, it really go into my brain, and then they arrange the radiation oncologist to bring me there to talk to her when I still in the hospital. So I by the
trans.
hospital. Yes, the transport from the hospital to go to see the do the scan and do the MRI of the brain, and also the pelvis. I do one time.
Yeah.
After that, I do one time of my pelvis and 10 time of my brain, the radiation. So
Radiation.
by that time, I'm almost die. I feel, oh, I'm so close to death,
Yeah.
and I'm surrender my. I think that 2 weeks, I'm kind of like thinking a lot, but I for now I can't remember much. But I believe I was going really deep inside myself, and then think about my it's hardly think about my family as well, but I have to write a will already. I have to prepare the will. So
That's
I
what
have
you were
to
thinking.
think about the
Yeah.
relationship of my family, and yeah, yeah.
When you were going internal,
Mm-hmm.
do you know if you were doing anything, practice or spiritual
No,
practice?
by that time I can't. By that time, that
You didn't.
that 2 weeks was quite. I think is it's hard. It's really hard to describe because I'm kind of like conscious and in between
Okay.
unconscious and conscious.
Right.
Yeah, I have a lot of pain by that time. I cannot walk. That few weeks I cannot really walk.
Okay.
Uh,
That's why they did the radiation to your pelvis, I guess, to help with
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah. And then
yeah.
you got better after that for a while?
After one day, I don't know what happened. It's kind of I'm feeling my perspective change. I surrender. Okay. I when I know I talk to the radiation oncologist. I think it's after I talk to her, and then I think, okay, I just surrender whatever come to me, except if because they are not suggest me to do the chemo. So radiation, I think should be okay, and I need to trust now. I need to really let my ego go away. I have to trust. I have to surrender to whatever come to me, because I can die anytime from now because
Yeah.
it goes into my brain. Yeah, so it really kicked my ass that time.
Yeah. So when you say I thought I was gonna die, what was going through your mind? Were you scared or were you like, okay,
Ah,
or just like I
I'm
have
I'm kind of I'm kind of surrender already.
to surrender?
I'm okay to go, but I think why not give a try, but in that time. And then I know that is a lot of side effect, but I will do more things to help to lower
Yeah.
the side effect. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have one nice 1 or 2 day I suddenly changed my perspective, and
Right.
then suddenly, yeah, and then Tessa come to visit me
Was
with
that when you were in the
with
palliative unit,
a
or that was?
party. No,
Yes,
no,
you. So tell me about that. There was a time you were in the hospital.
that is that is
Still
after
after.
palliative
Okay,
care.
go ahead. Okay.
Um, so when the time Tessa come to see me before she organized the party for me, actually she's with me. She almost come every day by that time, 2 weeks, and the doctor is here. The doctor is here, so she, yeah, kind of the doctor kind of think I'm kind of in very late stage. Yes, it's quite, yes. So
Oh,
so she think, okay, let's do a party for me,
yeah.
right? And then yeah, and a few days later, she Tessa and Carla also make a book for me.
Yes.
I don't know,
Okay.
have you seen that before?
I
It's
heard
very
you
interesting.
mentioned it. Yeah. Go. It was
Yeah,
about
it's very,
your journey.
yes, it's about my journey, and many of my picture is from my backpacking as well. And then when I picture and Tessa write she wrote what she feel to see the photo. Yeah, yeah, we'll share with you the book
I
later.
love that. Yeah.
And
Oh, wonderful.
yeah, and then so she think, okay, let's do a party for Suki, and then like everything kind of like prepare me to seeing me, so maybe not so well, but by that day they come, I'm kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
what happened? My energy really come back. Is really the kind of like a rebirthing party. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone is surprised, and I also surprised too.
So is that the party that I'm trying to talk about, the one in PCU, or is it still a different party?
No, still that is that the palliative care, they don't come for a party, but that is the party, that is the only one party.
I remember, okay, so there was a posting. I was
Yes.
supposed to come to that party. I just couldn't
Uh-huh.
make it that day.
Yeah, that is not
Um,
the in the palliative care. That is, I'm still in that
okay, so the party was never in palliative care. Okay. There was a
yes.
party in the hospital though. The party was in the hospital. And I remember the posting, and you were like, you were beaming. You were just, people were there to love and support you, and you were beaming. And I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
And I
Yes,
think that
yes,
was you surrendering a little bit and just
yes.
allowing, yeah,
Mm. Yes, and so by that time is, yeah, I allow everyone to take care of me, and
yeah,
I accept the vulnerability, so that is big for me. I was pressing it for like 40 years, right?
yeah,
And now, okay, I surrender. Is I have no choice. Actually, I have no
yeah,
choice. I have to
yeah,
surrender.
yeah,
Otherwise, like I will be. I don't know. By
yeah.
that time, I just know. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that.
That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, it
Yes.
looked like you were just open and okay with people like in the hospital coming to visit you, having, so it was, they said it was your birthday party, but it wasn't a birthday
That
party, right?
is rebirth, because the
Rebirthing
balloon,
party.
yeah, because of the
Oh, I
balloon.
love it.
And also, yeah, and all the nurses, happy birthday, happy. And I said, that is not my birthday,
Happy
just because.
rebirthing.
Yes, yes,
Shedding the ego,
yes.
allowing, yeah.
Mm.
Wow, what a wonderful story, like that you could share with us now,
Mhm.
because in that moment you probably didn't even think you were gonna come out of there, right?
In the party, no, I think I gonna be healed. In the party, I have the faith already.
Yeah. Before
Once
the
I
party?
Before the party, that 2 months, that 2 weeks, I don't know where am I.
Yeah. And
Yes,
then the
yes.
party switched. It kind of did
I
something.
think it's before the party, maybe the day, like the day, the one days before, or I think that 2 days, just within that 2 days. Yes,
Something
the
switched.
shift.
Yeah.
Yes, when
And
my
this,
perspectives change,
yeah.
and everything changed.
Okay.
Hmm.
Wonderful. And so what would you say to someone going through a similar experience?
Sorry,
What
can you?
advice would you give to somebody?
I think to me, cancer is man. I also because I also talk to so many different cancer patients as well, and their family too. I feel that most of them are like suppressing a lot of emotion. So seriously, it's hard to for a patient, for a sick person to be very positive, but
Yeah.
they have to face yeah face some, don't suppress anymore, the emotion have to come out,
Yeah.
and after that they have a good better chance to be healed, because
What,
all the emotion
yeah.
suppress, and then it become the sickness.
So what did you do? Like you engaged in a lot of different things to help
Hmm.
support you. What helped you with expressing and releasing some of those emotions?
I actually do so many things, but I think like sound healing, maybe many people,
Sound
they
healing?
many cancer patients, they haven't able to experience it, but the sound really help to balance our the cells, the vibration of our whole body. So sound healing is really good, and
You do
Reiki.
sound healing. Do you do sound healing?
I do by myself.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and also I go to different gong baths, singing bowl. The sound event is one of my favorite, and also the energy healing, uh, corneal sacral.
Cranial
Uh,
sacral.
yeah, because for my it's really helping me a lot too. It's got corneal sacral.
Wow, okay. And
And acupuncture is very the key, the key. I by that time I go to acupuncture 4 times a week.
wow,
Yes,
wow.
now I'm twice a week.
Yeah. And how are you feeling now?
Now I'm feeling very well. Actually, after I go to last fall winter, I was in Mexico and Colombia. I go back the two places. The first month when I go back is last November. I start 1 month yoga training in
Right.
intensive training in Mexico. So my teachers, they know about my situation. So I'm not aimed to be a yoga teacher. I just want to train up my body. So that month is really amazing. My body, uh, by that time, by last October, I'm already getting better, much better. But still, if I compare with
Yeah.
other students, they are maybe they are 10. I'm like from 0 to 10. Their fitness is like 8 to 10. But me in the beginning, kind of like 2 or 3. But after that is, yeah, the teachers say
Amazing.
they can see my change every week. I'm
Yeah.
also feeling much stronger after a month. I maybe like 5, go up to from 2 to 5. Yes, and then after that month, yeah, I can travel a little bit in Mexico again.
Yeah.
And yeah, I also do one gong training in Mexico with my other gong teacher in Vancouver. So she was in Mexico. Yeah,
Wow.
Jane. Yeah, I meet Jane in Mexico, and then we have some good time. And then after that, I went to go back to see my shaman. in Colombia. So I
Yeah.
do like 6 times paramedicine.
Yeah.
And also by that time, in the first month, I still taking the medication. But after that month, I feeling okay, I don't want to take it anymore. So I just take my medication away.
Pain
And
medicine.
no, I also have the hormone therapy.
Hormone therapy. Yeah.
Yes, because the radiation only
Yeah, yeah,
for my
yeah.
brain, but other part my oncologist put me on the hormone therapy. So I feel much better. And when I in Colombia, like every day I walk kind of like 2 hours. I try to
Wow.
walk a lot.
Amazing.
Yes.
Suki,
Yeah,
you're,
not,
yeah. Like most people that are don't have that experience that you've had with your health can't do what you do. So you just seem to, you do push yourself a little bit, but
no,
gently.
but because I'm going back to the places I really comfortable, and I have
Yes.
a tribe, I have a community there to
Yeah.
support me.
Yeah.
Yes, it's different. It's different,
Community.
and the heat really helping me a lot too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. It's a fabulous. I mean, it just like just seeing that you were in the hospital having this party where you weren't sure what's going to happen, and then to see you today, it's such a
Yeah.
blessing. And thank you for sharing this experience.
Mm-hmm.
I am curious about what have you ever had a death or dying experience that stands out for you? Um,
I think it's that 2 weeks. Is that I have a Caesar.
yeah,
That moment I'm feeling okay. I might die. I might really close to die.
death was
That
close.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually by that time I have fear. Before I think I'm not scared about
Okay.
dying, right? But
Wow.
at that moment I know I was panicked. I know even I can still telling myself you better not panic. But
Right.
I still scared. I still scared.
Right.
I still have fear. But I
Yeah.
think it's normal. But in general, I don't think I'm okay to go anytime.
And
If
and why is that? Because a lot of people are scared of dying. So what is it that makes you unafraid? Is it something
I
you
think
believe?
the spirit, yeah, my the belief, and I have a lot of these different teachers.
Yes.
So I have different cultural teachings,
Yeah.
spiritual teachings, so all combined to make me stronger in this mental and spiritual practice. So I was in the 4 days fasting, no water, no food in Banff 2 weeks ago. So, but that one is also very amazing. I surround by with my teacher and my teacher's mentor and all the community there. Before I go, they start praying for me like 3 to 6 months ago. So they all know me, but I didn't know. I only know my teacher. They all know my process. So is very amazing. It's very amazing experience and make me stronger. Make me
So
yeah.
what role does prayer play in your journey?
Hmm? Sorry.
What role does prayer?
Yeah, the prayer is very important to like pray to the Creator because
Yeah.
I'm doing with the in the indigenous background with the First Nations.
Yeah.
So the prayer is very important. So I learn different. I have teacher from Peruvian to Peru, but
Yeah.
she is also live here in Vancouver. So that community also helping me a lot as well. So I have
You're just
different community.
surrounded. You don't have one
Yeah,
community.
yeah.
You have lots of communities.
Yes, I have a
Yeah.
lot of great community
Yes.
around me.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really grateful for everyone and also my family. They have so much hard time when I got sick,
Yeah.
and yeah, just is hard to describe, but it was just a great teaching in the
Yeah.
past 3 years, especially last year is a great teaching and make
Wow.
me much stronger. And today I went to my oncologist,
Yeah.
and then I asked him, because before when I come back to from Mexico, he want me to because my cancer index going up a little bit more, so he want to put me in the higher dose medication, and I did that for 2.5 months. But I'm feeling not well because my body react. So after the fasting, I stopped for 2 weeks, and then I go to do the blood test last week, and it's still going down. It's still going down without any medication. Yeah. So today I get his approval. I can stop for 2 months, and then see, and then we'll do the test again. Yes. So
Amazing.
that is, yes,
Yeah.
that is really amazing.
Yeah. Wow. And so what do you think happens after we die? What's your belief around when you die? What do you think happens to your soul, your body, your spirit? Your soul decays, but what happens to, I mean, what is your belief around that?
I believe I will go to another life.
Yeah.
Another life, because I did experience the past life. Yeah, so I still believe I might go to another lifetime.
Like a rebirth, like a reincarnation?
Yeah, reincarnation. Yes, reincarnation.
Okay.
Yes, but in my practice, I still need a lot of practice for my doing better in this life, and I feel I have some calling to service, start to do service. Yes.
Yeah. Well, just sharing your story is part of that service.
It already happening, but like real service is like to some kids, I think. Yes, yes, and with art and creativity.
Wow.
Yes, that is new. That is really new.
That's amazing. I'm sure it'll happen for you.
I'm also just signed up the art therapy courses.
Good for you.
Just today.
You know, I mean, there are lots of art therapy groups for children with cancer or children's parents with cancer as well. That, you know, if you were interested in something like that, but that's amazing, Suki. I think they would be so lucky to have someone who's been through this journey, and, you know, like you've had so many ups and downs. You've experienced so many different communities and healing modalities. To be able to be present and give that gift to the children would be amazing. So I look forward to hearing about that.
I have one point I really want to talk about, which is many people talk about
cancer.
Fighting.
Yeah.
For me, it's not fighting, it's surrender.
Surrender.
It's trust. It's trust. If you really can trust the higher power and surrender, and it will happen. But and also you really have to let the emotion out, and not have a thought to like, I have to keep fighting. That I think surrender is the word.
And surrender, sometimes people think is giving up, but I don't think it's giving up.
No. I surrender, and then I can still hope I have a better life, right? I just give the hope out and ask for it, do the prayer, and then I just surrender. I just let it be. It might happen. It might be the time I need to go. It's fine. But I think we all have to like ground ourselves in the center, in bring us back to our own body. Like when we got sick, we lost a lot of pieces here and there. So just call ourselves back to my body.
Become
whole. Yes. Because we have so much lost pieces outside.
And not to suppress.
Yes.
Do you feel like you've done a lot of your
release?
A
lot.
Yeah,
And
through
also the inner. I work with inner child a lot.
okay,
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't suppress much. Sometimes I wish I could, but I can't imagine keeping things bottled down and
Mm-hmm.
how that can continue to play on you, right? Like in your mind, in your body. And so I am a total firm believer in expression and release as well.
Yeah, I think that is a daily job. Like if today
Yeah,
I feel the emotion, I just let it go today. Don't hold it too much, right?
yeah,
Right? Maybe okay, maybe you cannot do it one day, but
yeah,
just can't be conscious. Be
yeah.
conscious about your emotion, your feelings.
And it's layers, right? And you
Yes,
learned when you were 4 years old, so it's not going to happen overnight, right?
yes,
It's a
true.
journey. Yeah.
So I take away layers and layer when
Yeah.
I feel that, oh, I should be fine with this time. No, another layer come hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But till now, I'm feeling most of the quite thick layer is already gone.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I have to go doing more for my inner work.
Wonderful. You look so vibrant and beautiful today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Especially, like usually I'm like, who's this smiling person that you just seem to embrace what I've seen, I know you've been on this journey, but what I've seen is I've heard about your journey, like your cancer journey, but when I see you, I see a whole person.
Mhm.
I
Thank
see
you.
a vibrant person. I see an open person. I see a loving person. And that's why I was so curious to learn about how you came to be this person. And so I really, really appreciate you sharing your story with
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you so much, Suki, and all the best with your art therapy with kids. And I look forward to hearing more about that.
Yeah, that is a very good start. I already start with some of my friends with Zoom in Hong Kong, and
Wow.
yeah, since last week, yes, it's a very new things. And one of my friend with her kid and the neighbor's kid.
Congratulations.
Yes, it's
Thank you.
it's fun. It's time to have fun and
Absolutely.
bring some teachings through the exercise.
Yeah. And art is like when you say you want to let go of those layers, it helps you release those layers, right? Art, like when we did art therapy with kids whose parents had cancer, they were expressing their emotions through the art, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then that's an outlet as well. And that
Yeah.
allows you to shed those layers so you don't get all bogged down and heavy.
Yes, and I also use the nature to connect with the art and themselves.
Beautiful.
That is what I want to do. I'm still like testing from with my friends, but it's what I want to do. What I want to do the coming.
You have a wealth of knowledge. You can incorporate so many things into
Yes,
this.
yes. I
So
have to integrate.
you'll integrate it.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Suki.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you.
you.